Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is Screenwriter's Rant on the Cleanup Crew, starring Antonio and Banderas as the bad guy who loses a bunch of money to the guys who clean up the blood after a murder. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 15, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, a group of, a cleanup crew, they clean up the blood after a murder. I don't know if they're legit or not. I think they are. They find like £1 million. By the way, this is with Melissa Leo, who's a character actress who's very good. It's kind of a cool, different role for her. Normally, she plays like the southern white trash matriarch, and in this one, she's playing one of the crew in this movie. Pretty murderous, but and then I believe is it John Rice? John Rice, I forget his name. Let's see, John Rice Myers, but with Melissa Leo and Antonio Banderas, so they're not in it that much. Written by Matthew Rogers and directed by John Keys. Oh my God! Look at the executive producers. All right, let's count them. This could be the new record. I believe our record is 23. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, nuts. Oh, I had to start over. Come on. Damn it, I have to start over. All right, this is EPs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 executive producers. We have a new record. Saban Films, one of the Sabans is unless there's a couple of triple name things in that mix, because the spacing on that is really bad. But yeah, we have a new record, 26 EPs on this. Do they hand that credit out like candy? Yes, they do. There's Antonio. So this is pretty basic. First act, there is some sort of crime, and there was supposed to be like some kind of drop off for Antonio Banderas with a lot of money, but at the last second, one of the criminals hides the money, and then there's a confrontation, and they kill each other, and nobody can find the money because one of the guys hid it, at least not initially. So Antonio Banderas is like, "Where's my money? Where'd these guys go?" Nobody's quite sure what's going around. So he assigns a guy to watch the place, and then the cleanup crew comes in, and these are actual businesses that clean up a place after a murder or whatever. The police are done, and they come in and they clean up all the blood and stuff. So they come in to clean it up, and as they're cleaning it up, they discover the briefcase full of money, and they're like, okay, let's keep this, because they're a bunch of criminals too. As they're attempting to leave with the briefcase, the guy watching the house comes in, and they get into a confrontation with him, and they decide to ask, who is your boss? And Melissa Leo hits the guy so hard it knocks him out, but then he never wakes up and he dies. So they can't figure out whose money it is. So they decide to keep it anyway. At some point, another guy ends up following them, and they capture him and torture him for the name of their boss. And their plan is to go in and kill Antonio Banderas and all his guys so they could keep the money. So there's no real good guys here, except I guess the cleanup crew are kind of the good guys because they're just killing criminals and they just don't want to clean up blood anymore. Seems like a low bar for murder, but you know, it works. It works for a bunch of criminals, killing a bunch of criminals. You know, you're rooting for the less murderous criminals. They're not just indiscriminately killing people. They're just stealing a bunch of money from other criminals who are much, much worse. That's the only way you could kind of frame it. And then they do. And they survive. And win all the money. All right. So here we go. When a crime scene cleanup crew discovers a briefcase full of money, they are unwittingly sent into battle with a ruthless and corrupt crime boss, mobsters, hitmen, and corrupt government agents who are hell-bent on getting it back. The cleanup crew. Yeah, I would totally watch this. I'd watch the hell out of it. Yeah. Be lots of action, funny lines. And Antonio Banderas, he does make a good bad guy. All right, he's kind of got that look. He can be evil and sleazy. He's a good actor. So you want your best actor as the villain. You really do. That's the hardest role to pull off. Really, he's the straight man in a movie like this because he's constantly got to be reacting. He needs to be ominous enough to be a threat, but he also has to be constantly reacting and losing his S, right? He's got to be constantly like, where's the money? Where's the money? And, you know, he's got to kill a few of his own guys, that kind of thing. He's got to kill a guy in the beginning so you know how ruthless he is. And then at the end, they probably kill him or he dies in some way. Usually some funny way, some ironic way. Like maybe in the movie he's talking about how something about trains, and towards the end he trips and falls and the train runs him over or something like that. Something like that. Yeah, so I would totally watch the cleanup crew. Look for it probably on streaming, but I would totally watch this in a movie theater just because there's lots of action. They're calling it an action thriller movie. It feels a little more like an action comedy, but you know, I don't really feel like sad about or like worried. Like in a thriller, you got to be a little worried. Like, oh no, I hope they survive. Like in this, I feel like, yeah, they're going to survive because it'll be funny. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the other sites. The green one, the orange one, and the black one. I'm having trouble with the black one today because the black site is not accepting my video uploads until I get enough credits. I guess I ran out of credits uploading. I don't watch it enough. So now I got to go watch videos on that site in order to get enough credits to upload again. So you might miss a few days on Odysee. Anyhow, that's it. We'll see you in the next one.